Well, today marks 1 year since a suicide bombing killed 13 U.S. service members outside of the Kabul airport. Our next guest helped evacuate nearly 10,000 people from Afghanistan during the chaotic withdrawal. Former Army Ranger and Save Our Allies co-founder Tim Kennedy served in Afghanistan, and he joins us now. So, Tim, it's a tough day. I just want to get your initial thoughts about the 1-year anniversary of the horrific bombing a year ago. And of course, 18 service members were also severely wounded and are still living with that every single day.
Yeah, I mean, it's heartbreaking what happened on that day. It's terrible to have an anniversary around the death of so many amazing heroes. You know, I'll talk about one hero in specific. 6 hours before the bombing went off, one of the Marines, we were needing to search a whole bunch of women, and she volunteered. She was woken up out of her cot, and she came over and she searched hundreds of women, and in the wee hours of the night. Before then, she went on shift to Abbey Gate, where the bombing ultimately went off. The courage and the selflessness that every single one of these soldiers and airmen and sailors and Marines that demonstrated that night, it's just remarkable. They're exactly what we want every American to be.
So, Tim, as the Taliban went into Kabul, it became very clear that Americans and others who had helped us in our fight against terrorism in that country were going to be left behind. You went to Afghanistan with Save Our Allies. You guys evacuated nearly 9,000 people from Afghanistan through your coalition. How were you able to do that, and how did you know that you had to go there and do the job before the United States left Afghanistan for good?
It's heartbreaking. You know, it's one of the worst moments in our country's history, and this had nothing to do with me. I picked up the phone and I said yes, but there were thousands of other people that wanted to do something, that were trying to figure out ways, and there were many other organizations that put themselves out there just like we did, and really, it was the men and women up on top of the wall that day and that night and that week and that month leading up to this bombing that need all of the recognition. Save Our Allies, an incredible group of people, but there are so many others over there trying to do the right thing. And I had to go. I couldn't stand by while evil was conquering, while a place that I lost friends, that I lost my youth. The time I spent in Afghanistan is some of the most important time of my life, and those are amazing people, and they needed help, and they needed more than they were getting.
Yeah, you definitely stood up to the occasion and the task, and you had some thoughts as the Taliban was watching the airport. Let's take a listen to that. We'll get your response.
The Taliban have spotters and informants all around the base. So if they see us go through one route, maybe we can use it another time. Maybe the next time we go and use it, the Taliban has a checkpoint directly outside where that last successful mission was. So this is a rapidly changing, rapidly evolving operational environment. Those key avenues of approach, they're key for a reason. We had to keep them open. Otherwise, we're dead in the water.
And Tim, is just so the danger all around you and the details from that day, not all of them have been public. And you talk about that. And how important is it that people don't just move past the anniversary today or move past this catastrophic withdrawal and learn some lessons about what happened?
Yeah, so many lives are lost. Today is the anniversary of 13 Americans. Hundreds of Afghans were killed at that gate. A terrorist attack during the evacuation, one of the most poorly planned strategic evacuations in American history. And if we're not learning from this, if we're not treating this as an opportunity to improve, not just strategically, but who we are as a people, making sure that all of our allies look to us and know that we're going to stand by them all the way to the end, that we are good allies, that we are good friends. We're not just going to turn our back when we're done, when it's no longer of public interest, that we're going to work all the way through to the final finish line. There are so many important lessons to be learned here. Fox Nation on Monday, we have an amazing documentary that's coming out, Escape from Afghanistan. That was that footage that you just saw. And, that tells a story. Today drops Send Me, the documentary that we're releasing on Amazon. And people need to see, there's not enough. Everybody needs to know what was happening that day. There were so many people going above and beyond, putting their lives on the line.
Absolutely.
Not just the soldiers in uniform who did it.
Yeah.
God bless you. But also all the other organizations that had to step up because we had failed our allies.
Well, thanks to you guys, thousands of people got out of there who would have been left behind by the United States government. As you mentioned, that documentary is available on Monday on Fox Nation. Tim, thank you so much for your time this morning.
My pleasure.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.